everyone, and welcome back to Star Stable. Today we're going to be looking at the must-have, quote-unquote, basics of Star Stable that you need in 2023. Obviously, with any of these types of videos, you don't actually have to have these things. They're like just the ones that I recommend if you're stuck on what to buy next and things like that. So this is going to be the basics. I really want to focus on things that are just a solid staple. I don't know. It'll be easier to explain just whilst we do it. So I think first things first, let's go ahead and start with the horses, I suppose. Why am I lagging? Thank you, Star Stable. Let's call for pickup and go to my home stable. Alright, my home stable is kind of a mess. Let's just fix that up a little bit. And then let's get some of these horses out. I know they're tacked up. This is hurting me as well. But now, you guys know that I love my American quarter horses. But I'm just not sure that I can recommend them as a basic horse. Hear me out. I feel like the American quarter horse can be considered like a basic horse in real life, but because in Star Stable they're made to have their head hang low. Honestly, I feel like I would have liked them more if they didn't hang low. Don't get me wrong, I still love my quarter horses and everything. I just feel like unless this is the style that you want to go for, like probably a Western, nothing wrong with putting English on these horses though. I still tack my horses up in English. I don't really pay attention to the whole thing. Like, people get mad at me all the time for putting an English bridle with a Western saddle, but if it looks good, then that's good enough for me. But that's just not the vibe that I was kind of thinking for my basics of 2023. I was thinking more of like a warm blood, you know, just a standard horse, because obviously then we also have our Appaloosas. And I just feel like I want to go for more of a plainer coat, because then you can put multiple different outfits on, say, like a black or a grey-white horse. Whereas, you know, you've got spots. Now, once again, Dogan, I am a sucker for pintos, for Appaloosas, for my funky colors. But I just really want to go for something simple and basic. So Appaloosas and paint horses are out of the question. Now, Andalusians, once again, I think the Andalusians are beautiful. I love them. I still want to buy the ones that I don't own, but it's not the vibes we're going for today. I could do that through every single horse and tell you guys why it's not the vibe today, but I think we should just get into the horses that I'm actually recommending. So that being said, the first breed that I think I would recommend is actually the Belgian Warmbloods. These horses are just very, you know, your stock standard horse. They're kind of, you know, like the Jorvik Warmbloods, but better because they're a little bit older. This is the thing with Star Stable, because you do have like the Jorvik Warmbloods are actually generation 3, and so is the Belgian Warmblood. But if you look at them side by side, because like the generations, I believe this is what I can remember and what I took from the blog post that they did speaking about generations, is generation 3 just means that they're using the 3rd generation of software or something like that. So I guess like it's a good thing that over the years they've gotten better, but now you look at, I think it's a generation 3. These Jorvik Warmbloods, it's like, oh, I kind of want a generation 4 Jorvik Warmblood, and then the whole cycle continues where there's so many horses, but then you still want more horses. Can you afford the horses? I mean, no, but do you want them? Yes, because like, look at this one. Now, don't get, these horses are just so cute to me. They're like iconic Star Stable style, but then you look at the Belgian Warmbloods and it's like, these ones are just very pretty, and I think that a lot of people were happy with them. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I often do just look at horses, and if it looks like a horse, then it's good enough for me. But I can tell that this horse, I just love all the detailing, the face and things like that. And I still want to buy more Belgian Warmbloods. There's actually so many like recent generation horses that I don't really own a lot of them, and it hurts me a little bit. But I just feel like the Belgian Warmbloods are a good staple to have in your home stable because they're one of the newer horses. They are a little bit more expensive. In fact, they're actually like the mid-range of Generation 3 horses at 850 star coins. These are some of their animations just whilst I talk about them. But yeah, I do have to say that I kind of wish that they had a few more colors. I'm not sure if Belgian Warmbloods just don't come in a more like muted chestnut. Now, don't get me wrong, I love this horse. His name is Alfred Hitchcock in my stable, and Alfred Hitchcock is one of my like favorite film directors. This one, I want to buy this horse so badly. I see people ride this horse literally all the time. The only thing that I have to say that I don't really like about them is the mane style, but I've actually really been into buns lately. For the longest time, I did not like these braided or buns, whatever you call them. I don't know, they look like buns to me, but I love them on these horses. And honestly, this is kind of growing on me. I'm getting used to it because I'm seeing it a lot more on horses, much to my dismay. So if you do like any of these Belgian Warmblood colors and you like the Belgian Warmblood, then I highly recommend these horses. There's even one on the horses app as well, which is really pretty. Now, I really wanted to give you guys like a second choice of Warmblood, but if I'm being honest, I just feel like there's not another one which gives me the same basic vibes as the Belgian Warmbloods. The Belgian Warmbloods just seem like a horse to me. You know, the other ones, like, I love so many of the other horses, but they're just not what I'm trying to go for today. But I do actually still have to recommend these Jorvik Warmbloods if you don't mind the older style, this horse style. I think it's actually really cute. I feel like it definitely screams Star Stable to me. I'm not always looking... Oh, wait. The Trackners are also a pretty good option as well. I do like the Trackners. I'm probably gonna forget some, but remember, this is all of my opinion as well. You don't have to agree with me. I feel like I see the Trackners being used in role plays all the time, and I just think that they look so good, even though they are once again kind of that softer, more cartoony Star Stable style. Definitely you can tell the difference between the Belgian Warmblood and the Trackner, but I still think they're really cute, and they're basic, and they'll match a lot of outfits and stuff, which is kind of what I was trying to go for, you know. Now, if you only have a limited amount of star coins, if you are a star rider for the entire year, you get around, you know, like 5,200 star coins, so you might get a horse. And the other like important thing in Star Stable is actually ponies, if that's your jam, because there is the pony championship. Honestly, I wish that there was more like horse, what's the word, specific races, you know, like we have the Icelandic race which uses their tolt, and I think that is such a good reason to buy an Icelandic, because you get a race and there's actually a reason to tolt. I feel like there's so many horses which have special gates which I never use. It would have been so cool if there was like a section in a Starshine Ranch race where you had to just like spin, yeah, for like a American quarter horse or paint horse or something. That would have just made having a horse which spins seem like for a purpose for someone who might not roleplay with them. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's a little bit sidetracked. Let's talk ponies. There's actually, okay, there's quite a few ponies. There's the Welsh ponies. There is Connemara's. There's obviously Jorvik starter ponies or Jorvik ponies. I've literally pulled out almost one of every single pony, but let me talk about them. You know, I'm giving you guys options. I'm just trying to talk it through with you guys. Maybe this is helping you make a decision. Alright, so let's talk Welsh ponies. Honestly, I feel like I definitely... excuse me? Since when could I run straight through my horse? Hello? What is going on in this neighborhood? Anyways, I feel like I definitely like slept on the Welsh ponies, but they also came out like, I think it was right after I moved houses. And look, my life was chaotic last year. I feel like even the start of this year was chaotic. I don't know why, but just the start of the year, I just feel like it's chaotic. I'm so like in my head, it's hard. Anyways, but honestly, I really like these horses, despite the fact that I find their eyes just like so quirky, but I kind of love it. So I'm not dissing the Welsh ponies. They are cute, but I guess maybe they're not too basic, because those eyes could throw you off a little bit, you know? Okay, I know I said I wasn't going for paints, but also this isn't the horse that I'm like recommending for our basics. Look, The Jorvik ponies are so cute. Are you seeing how like chunky they are? They are like an older Gen 3 horse as well. They were made back in like 2018 or something. I believe they were released when Star Stable did their Star Stable Live event. At least they made a special coat then. But these horses are just so chunky and cute, and they will always have a special place in my heart. But not basic. We then have the Gotland ponies once again. Like, ponies are just so cute. Like, look, they're barely taller than me. How adorable is that? Oh my gosh. I was reminded recently, like, you guys always think of me as someone who's just like not good with, like, I've never been around horses. Look, it's not the same, but I actually used to show miniature horses. My high school had a farm and we had miniature horses there. We specialized in cows, but we had miniature horses. And I was part of the miniature horse show team. And I spent time with miniature horses, and I now miss them because I've been reminded of them, and I miss them, and it makes me sad. So ponies have a special place in my heart. And then, I did get 2 Shinkritiks out. Hang on. Brain, where are you? The horse that I think I'm going to recommend you guys for like our basic, you know, they'll match anything. Probably not Sun Pop over here, but like, oh my gosh. I think this was my first Shinkotik or something, because I love this Shinkotik. Something of, you know, paint patterns, you guys know me. But the Shinkotiks are just such a cute little horse. They're kind of dainty. They'll match things. Maybe not a Western style. If you're going for a West, I feel like Western saddles look so big on ponies. Huh. I don't know what pony I'd put a Western saddle on. Anyways, now the Shinkotik that actually made me fall in love with them is actually the one that I think I own 2 of, but I own them both on alt accounts. I don't actually own them on my main account, but it's the one that, like, it kind of reminds me of Harlow's horse or pony Popcorn, and I really like it. There's like that Palomino color. I really love that one. Or there's like the really light Palomino, probably like a cremello gray one, you know what I mean. They're really pretty as well. I just don't own them, which does make me a little bit sad, but Shinkotiks is what I'm gonna say for these ones. And the good thing about ponies is they are slightly cheaper. They have gotten a little bit more expensive because they used to only be about, like, you know, the Jorvik starter pony is about 350 star coins, whereas now I believe like the Welsh ponies or something, they're like around 700, so a little bit more expensive, but also slightly cheaper, slightly cheaper than some of those, like, you know, 850 star coins for the Belgian Warmblood. You guys, how did you let me talk for so long about the horses? I knew that I should have, like, maybe scripted this video, but I wanted to do something a little bit casual. Alright, so let's talk outfits. In fact, let's first talk my inventory. Let me just empty it a little bit. I know this is gonna hurt you guys. Trust me, it hurts me more than it hurts you. Alright, so hopefully this, like, it doesn't sound too confusing. Why are you glitchy? Please, I'm not even wearing a saddle blanket right now. There we go. Now, one of my suggestions, if you don't want to spend a lot of money on clothing, or maybe if this is just your style. Now, you guys, if you know my outfits, I like to go a little bit out there. I wear a lot of colors. I wear a lot of, like, just a lot of stuff put together. And that's not the most financially responsible. Like, it's not the cheapest outfit style. Now, when I think of just, like, a solid outfit style to kind of, like, save your money, I kind of think of Star Stable update style. So I think we'll start with the tack because honestly that's the simplest thing. I would say if you're like on a big budget to just stick to maybe, you know, like 1 or 2 saddle tack sets that you kind of rotate between, not including saddle blanket. This is kind of like, you know, I told you at the beginning how it's kind of complicated. This is the complicated to explain part. Now at this point this tack set is very old, but I actually still really like the idea of the moorland set. That is the bridle and the saddle. Now the saddle is a little bit more potato looking than the bridle because we have these fancy jumping saddles and things like that now, and this is the matching moorland set, but I think it's about the fact that this moorland set has black, brown, and this creamish color in it. A lot of the time I can get away with like a little bit of a black because of my hair. You guys might not realize this, but the color of your hair matters in an outfit. So this is the first outfit tack set that I would recommend. Otherwise, I would probably say a noseband bridle like this one. It doesn't have to be the silver bits, maybe whichever one matches the horse coat better, but I think this dapple horse looks very good in silver buckles. alongside a matching, fresh old jumping saddle. Let me see if I can find one which matches, because there's so many just black jumping saddles and I own them all, and I do feel a little bit guilty. Like, this one's too bluish. Not what I'm looking for. This one's too fancy. Like, I do not need to own all of these saddles, but I do. This one here is actually, like, I do like it when there's like that little bit of extra color, but honestly this might be too much. You might find that some outfits look a little bit intense with it, so I would still stick with like a solid black. Now if you are going for a western set, if western is your riding style, once again just a nice plain black saddle. You could do white if white tack is your thing. I've just never really been a white tack person. Now this is my favorite western saddle as well. Once again, I love how it has that brown and the black in it. That is super helpful. But if you're not sure if you can make an outfit with like that mix of brown and black and possibly another color as well, like a pink, then just stick with like all black for now. Don't get too overwhelmed. I'm trying not to overwhelm you guys, because I feel like I'm not the best explainer, that I'll just sit here rambling and it won't make any sense. That took so long. Now this one might not be the perfect shade. I think there is just like another black one, but this one will do for the demonstration. Now let's move on to character. Don't worry, we're going back to like the saddle blanket, possibly ribbons. Now I would recommend this, like, it's cheaper this way because you're not spending money on a bunch of different tack and pants. So I would recommend you basically just do black helmet. This is going basic, remember. We'll do black riding pants and then black boots. Now, these probably aren't the perfect black boots. In fact, shout out to you if you remember. Actually, I do really like these black boots here. They're like one of my favorites. Shout out to you guys if you remember the video that I did 2020, 2021, I think it was, where I tried to find the perfect pair of black boots. I did not really succeed, but I do really love these ones here, actually. I actually really love them. Now, if you are a glove person, then you could also do black gloves. You could also switch this out for white gloves, maybe some sneakers, or these white riding boots here. One of my favorite items in the game. I also had an option for maybe a white top hat. You see how this is kind of going together? Now, you see how like I'm wearing like a purple cardigan, a little bit of blue, but we'll just stick to the purple right now. One of the best saddle blankets in the game. I don't think they're like incredibly cheap. I wish that like I could have spent more time with this video and gone through and found the prices of all these things. But the Pro blankets have some of the best coloring. Unfortunately, this purple is slightly different, but you basically just need to find like a purple which kind of matches a little bit. Maybe this one's okay. This western one, does that look weird? Okay, don't go too crazy. You just need something which matches the purple, but that is easier said than done in Star Stable. Like, nothing matches. In fact, I think the Pro blankets is the best choice. You see how like that's basically an outfit. You could then interchange it again with your black style, like that. Kind of sleek. If you had the money to, you could also buy some ribbons and maybe even some leg wraps, but honestly, you look good riding around in this. I also have some other options. All of these polo shirts here, once again, solid color. Now all you need to do is go ahead and find yourself the red Pro blanket, and well, bam, you've got another outfit, and you're not spending money on an entirely new outfit that's 2 items or something. This is what I do on my alt accounts, because I don't buy star coins on my alt accounts. I just like let the weekly star coins come in if I have Star Rider on those accounts, and that's just the outfits that I do. I'm a little bit more basic, simple, nothing wrong with that on my alt accounts. I also did have like, if you're a brown person, you could still have like a brown helmet. Honestly, for some reason in my head right now, I'm like, I don't hate the fact that it's like the only brown thing in this outfit is the helmet. If you were on a brown horse, then having black tack but a brown helmet would actually make sense, because the helmet matches the brown horse. Or also, if you had brown hair, it could also match in as well. One thing that I did want to pull out though is I'm not entirely sure if you could make this work with brown, but I think I'm gonna eat my words right now, because I feel like this might look okay. Like, that's not the worst thing in the world. Honestly, this jacket's just not the funnest brown color. It's such like a deep color. I just don't think we have that. Or maybe that. Honestly, that's not that bad. I was thinking this is maybe where you get your Moorland tack set and it might match in a little bit, but it might be a little bit too much brown. But you see where I'm going, just like very simple clothing, but you just have so many different choices. The other ones is all of these cropped t-shirts here. There's quite a lot of just simple plain t-shirts. For this, you could honestly then reuse your pro red blanket and that white matches in down here and that's like a new outfit. Or you could also just grab yourself a white saddle blanket and have a bit of a sleeker outfit like this. Some other very popular shirts are also these polo shirts here, different to the other polo shirts, but I see Star Stable updates like wearing these ones all the time alongside this shirt as well. But once again, all you need to do is go find that blue pro blanket. Here's one I prepared earlier. This one's a little bit of a lighter one, but there is a darker one as well. And you've got a new outfit. Now, honestly, it doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. At the end of the day, are colors gonna match perfectly in real life, like, as well? Probably not, unless you buy them, like, in a tack set, literally. Also, I really love these jackets here as well. I just love the denim jackets. I also got another variation. We've got a couple of these ones as well. This one's just in black. And once again, now you could just be red. You could be brown. You could be purple, except I put the purple one away. You could be this random green and it would make sense. And another one of my favorite, simple items of clothing are the baseball jackets. They might seem a little bit outdated to you guys. I don't know how, like, the current generation growing up in Star Stable thinks about these jackets. But back in my day, as a kid, these were the jam. You were cool if you had these ones with the matching shoes as well. But, you don't have to spend that extra money. Just get another saddle blanket and you're good to go. Oh, pro blanket, can't forget the pro blanket. Look at that. That's actually so cute. Oh my gosh. See, how fun is that? Now, you guys might notice, like, I never change up my makeup, I never change up my hair, I never change up my glasses. Those are my iconic things. Honestly, you could if you wanted to have a little bit more spice. I'm not saying it would be cheaper, but I absolutely love it when people match the hairs to their outfits. Like, they might be riding a chestnut horse and their, like, fiery red hair just matches perfectly. Oh my gosh, I love that. Let's see. Oh, that's a little bit intense, isn't it? But we got a little, this is a light pink. Maybe it's not going to look too great with this pink outfit, but you see what I mean? I just love it with colored hair, but it's just not my thing. I mean, I wish it was. Sometimes I like to spice it up a little bit, but then I feel really weird and I feel like it's so off-brand and we're not looking at Cassandra Mcbell anymore. We're looking at an imposter. I would love to say add a pet and things like that, but I just think, if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a lot of star coins, I'm not going to tell you guys to get pets. We have gotten quite a few free ones over the years. I'd be really interested in maybe doing a video where I kind of like made outfits using only free items. Like if you've made it all the way through quest lines, maybe I'd probably chuck in a couple of special events, but I know that some people might have just joined Star Stable. Some people might be playing for over 10 years like myself and have like all of the event items. Actually, I don't have all the event items because of technical difficulties. We don't talk about that, but I feel like that could be kind of fun to just do really like cheap outfits, just because I feel like, you guys, outfits, like, they don't have to. Maybe, you know what, I've been kind of struggling with outfits lately. Like, I don't know if I like the outfits I've been making lately. I think I might become a bit of a basic person. Like this, I'm kind of vibing with this. It kind of looks a little bit weird on me. I'm like, is this Cassandra Mcbell? Is this just another pixel? Is it? I don't know. Let me know whether you guys like it. Let me know if you agreed with any of this like basic kind of like how to kind of save your star coins a little bit. Because obviously if you save your star coins in the outfit type thing, if you save your star coins in buying like a basic horse or something, then you'll have more star coins to buy like that extra special horse, whether that be like an Icelandic, an American quarter horse, a magical horse, things like that. I don't know, hopefully this video wasn't too chaotic. I actually have not had a lot of sleep, so maybe I didn't make any sense. I've literally had no sleep. We don't talk about that. But if you guys like outfit videos or you like this kind of simpler style kind of thing, then you might like the video that I recently made called Becoming a Pinterest Horse Girl, where I went on Pinterest and I tried to find like what defines a horse girl on Pinterest, and I tried to recreate that in Star Stable. It was kind of out of my comfort zone because once again it's a little bit more like basic on Pinterest, which isn't a bad thing. I feel like sometimes because basic has been taken out of context and made negative in some situations, I'm just like trying to tell you guys that this is not one of those situations. Basic is okay. It is a good thing. Anyways, I'm too rambly, so yeah, enjoy the video. It's on the screen right now. Bye!